What's up, everybody? Lonnie Eagleton here on tour, and we got a special guest on the channel today, Alex Russo.
What's up, guys?
Alex is playing guitar with Mothica tonight, and we're both on tour. I'm with Black Veil Brides, as usual, and we're both on tour with Halestorm. So we're in Europe, in Slovenia today.
Yep.
In, what's the name of the city?
Ljubljana.
Ljubljana.
Which doesn't look like that when you read it, but so far so cool, you know.
Yeah. So Alex is going to talk us through his touring rig that he's using with Mothica here. So thanks for being in the video.
Yeah, of course, man. I'm always happy to talk gear. And I've got this kind of rad case that's out on the road from Quantum that lets me carry 3 guitars around with me. So I've been using this for this whole tour so far. It's been working out. It's been working out great. I swapped one guitar out, but for the most part, I start the show off every night with this guy, which is one of those American Pro 2 Jazzmasters that they rolled out a couple of years ago.
Nice.
I don't know how in depth you want me to go, but I did a lot of stuff to this.
Up to you. I mean,
because one of the main things I did is swapped out the bridge for Mastery. Gives you a little bit more contact down here. This got stuffed in there. We do a cover of All Star, and when we were recording the backing tracks of it, there was a lot of ring happening back here. Okay. So this got stuffed there and has just been living there ever since.
Nice.
But yeah, I upgraded this. I've got a stay trim on it, and then I did some kind of wild wiring stuff to this one as well. So it's got.
Are those P90s?
Yes. So these are both Lawler. I think they're Lawler P90s. I tried a couple of different pickups out in here, but I wound up sticking with these. I think this one's overwound a little bit. And so it's got 500K pots, 2 P90s, and then I did some weird stuff up here with the rhythm circuit. So you can still get the standard kind of Jazzmaster dark thing, but with the tone knob, I stole an idea from Peavey. So all the way over to one side, it's rolled off in dark, and then as you roll it the other way, it gets slightly brighter and it blends a little bit of the bridge in with the neck. Nice. But it's still kind of dark and whatnot overall. So I use that actually a lot, especially for parts that I'm playing that are higher up the neck where I want it to sit behind her vocal. Okay. Because otherwise this guitar could be kind of bright. But so anyway, that's this thing.
Yeah, that Fender twang.
Yeah, Fender twang. It's bright.
I love the color on that though. It looks like a car, you know, like sports car kind of thing.
Her last album kind of had this whole thing.
If I...
Oh yeah, go for it.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, and the great thing about it is, like it comes right back.
Nice.
I spent a long time dialing this one in to work the way I want it to. It needs some new strings right now, but that's this guy.
Beauty. Yeah, I haven't actually seen your guys' set yet, but I do plan on it at some point.
Well, that is, I typically start the night out on that one, and then this one doesn't have its pick guard on right now because I keep on adjusting the truss rod on it. But yeah, that's
badass. I love the the top of the knob is missing there.
Yeah, this one's a bit of a mutt, and you can see there's like some extra holes here. I had a pickup mounted there. I drilled some extra holes in it. I made this one basically, and it had a whole switching thing in here that used this knob, and I just kind of left it when I took it out. But yeah, it's a good Telecaster. It's a good road dog.
Nice. Do you throw this on like all the time, or just when you're doing high gain stuff?
Mostly just with her, because I use this one with a fair amount of gain. Okay. Which we'll get to, and there was a little bit of ring. There still is some ring from the bridge, because it's kind of an old school Tele bridge. But just to make it a little bit tighter, yeah, I don't know, I started using those. If I was playing like normal Telecaster music, I probably wouldn't be using this one. Although it sounds pretty good. So this, I think this is a Super Distortion. I can't remember what I put in here. I think it's a Super Distortion, but I wired it up in parallel instead of in series, so it's a little bit less hot and it's a little bit brighter sounding. So it still kind of sounds like a Tele. Cool. But it's a humbucker and it's noise canceling, which in rooms like this is really handy. And in the middle position, the one plus of doing that is in the middle position, it coil taps this, so these become noise canceling with each other. And then the neck, it's just this pickup, which...
Oh, okay. It coil taps that? So is that, is that a stacked humbucker?
So, yes, it's like a humbucker thing that is wired in parallel, so both sides of it are wired together.
Nice.
Versus series, where normally a humbucker goes through one coil and then into the other coil. These are just two separate coils wired next to each other.
Fancy.
Yeah, I don't know. I've rewired this guitar a million times, but this combo...
I can tell. It looks like it's seen some stuff, for sure.
Yeah.
That's wicked.
This is all me. All this like crazy rub that goes down here is also all just from me.
Have you had this for a while?
Yeah, I think I've had this one for... when did I get this? I probably got this thing in 20... It started its life with me, at least, in like 2014 or 2015. And it's been on every tour I've ever done at this point. So it's my favorite. Yeah.
Nice.
I love this guitar.
And then, this is the one I'm most curious to hear about.
So this one joined us in Sweden on this trip.
Yeah, because you were saying you just bought this on this tour, right?
Yeah, I bought this one on this tour. And I have another one that's in the car that hasn't been used since I got this thing, really. But this one is just rad. This is like a early 70s Les Paul Deluxe with the original mini buckers.
Nice.
And
man, what did you pay for this, if you don't mind me asking?
It was I'm trying to remember. We've been in so many countries, I forget the conversion
whatever
rates.
The Swedish conversion was.
Yeah.
I think I was telling you when you got it, I was like, man, if I'd seen this first, I would have bought it.
It's fucking awesome, and it's got like all this crazy checking on the back.
Yeah, that's beautiful.
I love.
I love like whatever's going on there.
You can see like somebody definitely was like playing it in specific positions. They were probably playing a lot of blues because that's like an E position.
Oh, totally.
Like
yeah.
and this is like
a C.
They're getting up into like kind of stuff like that.
For sure.
So,
man,
but
awesome.
yeah, this is just this fucking killer guitar. And the crazy thing is, if you hold it, it's like not as heavy as a lot of Les Pauls can be.
Oh yeah, it feels like 8 pounds, 9 pounds maybe.
Yeah, so like it won't break your back. And then it did have, the only downside is somebody did a headstock repair on it a long time ago. Just a little partial one.
That's like any Les Paul.
Yeah.
Mine's a 07. I got a studio that I bought in 07, and it's had 2 headstock repairs since I bought it. So.
Man, you're really beating that thing
I
up.
mean, yeah, so from the 70s, I'd say it's rare to find one that almost doesn't have a broken headstock
Especially
at some point.
This one looks like it's a pretty old one, and this whole tour I've been worried about it with the cold weather and whatnot, but I mean, I took it out of its case today and it was like perfectly in tune. So
yeah,
the rosewood on it's beautiful. Original frets.
Was it a pawn shop you found that in?
No, I found it in this really cool guitar shop called Oscar Guitars. I think it's Oscar Guitars.
Okay.
That's in Sweden, and they had a bunch of different stuff. They had Lizzie from Hailstorm. They had her signature guitar there.
Oh, no way.
I almost bought one of those.
Oh,
man. It was around the same price.
That's cool.
And it was a great guitar. But this one, I mean, I'm sure you get it. I just sat there and plugged it in, and it just did the thing.
Dude, so. I love this thing. Like, I might steal it from you.
I know. I got that.
Although
this case has a bunch of locks.
You're seeing me every day on tour, so
exactly. I'll know if all of a sudden.
Yeah, I might steal it at the last show.
Yeah, dude, you're totally welcome to play it whenever.
I thought you were going to say you're totally welcome to steal it.
Yeah, you're totally welcome to steal it. I got to figure out how I'm getting it home right now. That's the next thing. But
I dig it. I mean, I'm doing bass on this tour, but I might just do this with an octave pedal.
Yep, octave down.
Maybe I should do it tonight.
I think we're doing one song tonight where I'm basically faking a bass part for like the verses.
Okay. Sweet.
And I do something with an octave pedal, which kind of leads us into pedal world here.
Yeah, let's check out the board here.
So this normally is the thing that gets all the comments. Put this together myself over a long time. The board itself, though, is pretty new. But basically, the way this whole thing works is the guitar comes in. This is my amp right here, is this UAD Dream pedal.
Oh, that's like an amp sim?
Yeah.
I'm not familiar with that pedal.
They're pretty new. They came out in the last couple of years, but I had a Kemper, which I think is what you guys are rocking.
Yeah.
And I liked it, but I was really only using a couple sounds on it. And I was running pedals into it anyway, sorry. And so I decided to switch over to this for this European run, and now that I've done it, I'm super happy. Just because it all fits onto one board. And so all I have to do to set up is plug in, 2 XLRs, plug in my power, plug in my guitar, and the board's ready to go. So this goes to a little DI that's on the other side there. And then the main thing, though, with this board, like kind of the centerpiece of the whole thing, is this RJM switcher right here.
Okay.
Which I think Joe from Hailstorm, he's also rocking something like this. But I made it so that I can go through our set list, and each song has its own bank, basically.
Right on. Yeah, that's the way to do it. I
Yeah.
mean, I've done tours like that with my Kemper. A different patch for each song. I don't know. It's a lot of programming beforehand, but if you put in the time before the tour, then it makes every show pretty seamless.
Exactly, because I can just basically rely on this the whole night. And then I do hit a couple of other things, like this little area right here. This is kind of my free zone.
Okay.
So this boost is up front, and just gives me more of everything. And then this is just like an octave setting. But part of the reason I got this is you can go full wet, and then you can basically shift your range down. I don't know if you've ever done that with one of these before.
Yeah.
But that can be kind of cool. Like you come over here to the minor or the major second and put it in down and do blend all the way down. It'll shift your guitar from E down to D, for example. Sick. So on some of the songs that are in drop C, that are on the next album that we're going to start playing, that's going to be my solution for fly dates where I can only bring 1 or 2 guitars and stuff. But
nice.
Basically comes in, goes through all this stuff. This is a crazy fuzz boost octave pedal thing, as well, that I use, that I've programmed a bunch of sounds. So that's kind of cool.
Oh, I love it, dude. I mean, that's a good looking board. It's definitely getting all the tones you need from that.
Yeah,
I'm sure. So
that's kind of
cool.
It. And then we just play rock music.
Sick. Well, dude, thanks. Yeah, I love it. Thanks for showing us that. And have a great rest of the tour.
If you want to play this thing at some point, you're more than welcome to.
I might take you up on that.
Yeah.
I might even do it tonight.
Yeah. Cool.
All right. Thanks, Alex.
Thanks, guys.